region, and today I'm sitting down with Monica Garcia of Cloud 11 Consulting and Management Firm. What a mouthful. But
Definitely
I'm so happy to have you sitting down and joining me. How you doing today?
amazing.
That's so good.
Things are happening, and it's a nice time to be in the industry.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot going on. Every single day, I feel like a new state is pushing their laws further, and federally, we're working towards a new future, I feel like right now. So it's an exciting time. I'm thrilled to kind of talk to you about what you do because I think this is really the next step in the industry is incorporating a lot of classic corporate business structure and development type things into what we've built from the legacy culture and the culture of cannabis altogether. So I'm excited to talk to you about that because I feel like you have such a good pulse on that crossing of the industries and everything. Yeah. So let's just kind of start off. I want to kind of have you elaborate a little bit more about what Cloud 11 is, because you can say it's a consulting and management firm, but there's so much that goes into that, that it would just be awesome to hear kind of elaborate on what your like day to day looks like, what kind of scenarios you're involved in, and what you got going on in that. So I'll let you take it from here.
Yeah, definitely. And it's going to be a mouthful for me as well, because there's a lot of great things going on that Cloud 11 is doing with collaborations and different partnerships. But Cloud 11 started a year ago. I do have a partner, Luna Moon, who has been by my side since day one. And when we started Cloud 11, we weren't really sure what exactly it was going to be,
Yeah.
but we wanted to work together, and we both came from the legacy industry, and have a definite love for the plant. And we just know that this is where we want to be, and this is our future. So taking our legacy into cultivation and genetics and clones. And then we just knew that there was a part of us that really wanted to keep that legacy going and the culture going. So,
Yeah.
me coming from a corporate background and working in, manufacturing and distribution and retail, I
Yeah.
did feel that there was a gap that needed to happen. And, I do come from Northern California. And, I have seen the big changes. I started with
Wow.
cultivation 20 years ago, and I was selling my pounds for like, 3,500 to 4,000 a pound, while I'm raising kids. So definitely like that weed episode. And that was just my side hustle. And then I got into staffing, recruiting, and really helped get into the HR aspect and get people jobs. So I always knew that the industry was going to become legal, and the future of cannabis was going to be needed, with more job opportunities. And so, with Cloud 11, I just tried to immerse myself in all the different various places in the industry. And knew that this was something I wanted to continue to move forward with and help companies and legacy farmers,
Yeah.
really, get the best. I'm kind of nervous. I'm like, because I'm so passionate about this. It's just really hard for me. There's a lot of people that have quit in this industry right now. And so
Yeah.
anything I can do to help them with their cultivation, to help move their product in any way from, Humboldt area all the way to San Diego, whether that's genetics, whether that's clones. Do you need, your product to go into white labeling? Do you need manufacturing, distribution? Do you need retail channels? There's a lot of variety that a lot of these small businesses need.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we kind of just immersed myself into that. But we're also starting our own brand. We feel it's really important, for us to be out there. And so
Yeah.
we're working on that. So that's really exciting for us.
That
Uh,
is really exciting. I
yeah.
think it's always exciting to get your own products out there and to be able to show your experience through that as well. You said you've been cultivating for quite a while. What's your whole relationship and journey with the plant?
Genetics. So,
Yeah.
definitely we're that's the field I want to play in. That's where I'm really passionate about. I really
Yeah.
geek out, nerd about all the different genetics. And, lately I've actually been sitting down, not being able to have podcasts or put anything on live, but with some amazing, amazing master genetic guys and women. Who are pheno hunters and breeders and popping seeds and growing some of the best. Whether that's Flamingo Farms or Champelli or Cape Powers or Fig Farms, and I can continue. It's just fun to be able to sit down and also listen to their journey. So, I have some tricks up my sleeve for some future genetic business. And so it's really cool to, be able to talk to really some of the best and some of the secrets that are here in Northern California that people have not been able to tap into yet.
Yeah. So how do you feel about all of the crossbreeding going and kind of everything just combining nowadays into this more um, less away from the land race and just more into this blended world of different things? Like how do you feel about this? Are you passionate about those land races, or are you really enjoying like these exotic genetics that are coming together?
I am. I mean, I'm definitely more boutique.
Yeah,
That's the lane I want to be in. And, I know that there's a lot of great cannabis out there, but I'm
yeah,
definitely more for that craft farmer, for
for
sure.
sure.
So I
Yeah.
know those big corporations, there's a place for them too. But just like wine, I come from Northern California, and there's a lot of amazing wine here in Sonoma and Napa County, and that's kind of how I think of cannabis as well.
Yeah, for sure. What do you think of the similarities between like the soils used when growing grapes for wine comparatively to with cannabis?
There's a lot of similarities to that too, and it's also the climate as
For
well.
sure.
Yeah, I mean that's what makes California so beautiful and so amazing, and being able to grow some of the best cannabis out there with just the living soil and organic materials that we're able to use with not a lot of spraying.
Right.
And that's it's really important when you're smoking something that's organic and living soil, and the different tastes that you can get from that. So those are things that possibly like Oklahoma can't do, and those other states that don't also grow the best
Yeah.
either. So we are very fortunate and lucky. And I
Yeah.
will say, Northern California is definitely a beautiful place. So
Yeah.
best wine and best weed.
So I'd have to assume you'd probably reach for a sun-grown flower over an indoor flower most often.
Yeah, hey, I do not discriminate at all. I to both.
I absolutely appreciate that. That is so great. Because I do love the sun-grown flavor. I love the taste, but some of these
Different
indoor
terpenes in
farms,
there.
yeah, 100%.
And
But it can be
educating
done
here.
both ways. Did you ever think about going into the cannabis industry professionally as a cultivator or processor or anything like that? Or did you always want to take, when you decided to come into the cannabis industry in the professional realm, in the modern professional realm, I should say, did you always want to bring that corporate aspect to it?
I did. I did. Obviously, I came from the traditional black market, and after I cultivated, I became a broker. So
Yeah,
I still am, just on the professional side, but that definitely taught me so much. And
totally. Yeah.
just being a broker, and really knowing how to move material with outs, depths, lytosis, different varieties of ends. That I always did that within my other businesses of corporation, and so I never really left the business. My entire family is involved. We just actually just got our license for manufacturing and distribution in Santa Rosa, and that took 5 years. So
Wow.
it's been a really long time. Um, yeah, I knew that actually after HR recruiting, I wanted to get into the corporate world. And my first job was at CannaCraft. They gave me an opportunity, and I learned everything about distribution, and then, moved on to New Tropic, where I helped grow a company to almost 200 people that during the pandemic, and that
Wow.
was manufacturing and distribution. And then I decided, you know what, I don't know if big corporate is for me.
Mhm.
So, but I learned so much, I really, really,
Yeah.
and now it's really building up those, um, small businesses and boutique farms.
Yeah, I'm all about the small business life. I've been in and out of small businesses my whole life. So I love supporting the local people, the people truly in the community, and doing things for the passion of it, not for just the money of it all. So that is, I think it's just such a crucial part of taking the cannabis industry into the mainstream public commercial area in a ethical way. So I love to hear what you're doing. It is so important. And I just kind of lost my train of thought because you distracted me so much. Like you said earlier, I'm very passionate about this stuff too. So it hits me in the feels when I talk to people like yourself that just come from it, family involved with it too. It's such a beautiful thing to
Yeah.
hear and to talk
Just got
about.
brothers, nieces, nephews, cousins. Yeah, it's a family affair. So
Yeah, I bet
we
your
do
family
it.
reunions are a blast. And so one of the things though that I did see, just want to kind of shift gears from cannabis really quickly, although there's definitely cannabis aspect to this too. But I saw that you were in the MMA and that you had a champion title at one point.
Yes, I did.
Uh,
Something I'm most proud of in my entire life.
yeah,
And it took strength, it took determination, a hustle of no other. So it definitely prepared me for the cannabis industry for sure. But yeah, I
yeah,
started off at 15 years old, and I didn't come from money. I wasn't able to pay for classes. But I
right.
just went every day and I taught myself for a long time. And finally, someone took me under their wing, and I had a mentor, and I just started to compete over and over. And I learned everything from Taekwondo, Shorin Karate, Aikido, Judo, Jiu-Jitsu, Jeet Kune Do, Eskrima Capoeira, and I'm still learning.
Holy
So,
shit. That's amazing.
yeah, it was a boy's world even back then when
Yeah,
I started a long time ago. And so I just wanted to be the best. And when I put my heart and soul into something, that's definitely a challenge that I love. And I ended up winning a world championship title when I was 18 years old, and then moved to Venice Beach, and I did stunts and actually taught celebrities
oh
martial arts
wow.
and lived with my master and grandmaster. So it was exciting. It was a different time of my life.
Yeah, no doubt. That is so it, it's so impressive, so incredible, like the dedication. Like I have seen quite a few people go into like MMA, jujitsu, go into that kind of world, and just the amount of dedication that it takes is a lot, for anybody. But as a woman entering that space, or even entering the cannabis industry,
Yeah.
that's a whole nother level as well.
Yeah.
So tremendous respect for me in that aspect. And I definitely can understand how that would set you up for a very strong foundation to be able to kick the door down in the cannabis industry and make a powerful impact on that. Do you find yourself still looking back on like when you were training and the steps that you would take or the way that you would approach things? Do you apply that now to your day to day in the cannabis industry as well?
Always. And yeah, I learned, from the best. And I think, what's most important is having a really strong foundation,
For
of like
sure.
with who you are, and most and foremost, integrity, you know.
Yeah.
So, that's the cannabis industry for sure kind of plays in that. I think as long as you're solid and, you could build relationships and people trust you and you do good business and high integrity, then, you'll survive in cannabis. But
Yeah.
yeah, martial arts has definitely taught me so much. And, just to have, just to feel confident, I guess, in
Yeah.
myself. There's a different confidence that a woman needs to be able to go into a room full of men and, they look at you different. They do, So, yeah, having that confidence and knowing how to, act and, be around, anybody at all ages and being a
Yeah.
chameleon is really important.
That is absolutely important. And I saw that on LinkedIn. I think I saw that you were doing like self defense classes as well.
I do some private self-defense classes for women. I was attacked 5 times and no joke. So
Oh my
I,
gosh.
yeah, almost died a couple of times. And yeah, it's really scary situations to be in. And I just feel, having a daughter myself and, just a lot of women in this, in the world today, I just feel it's super important to have some type of self-defense.
Yeah, absolutely. I have never been um violently attacked before, but there's definitely some scenarios where I've been with people close to me that I wish that I would have had some sort of like formal training. But growing up with boys, we did a lot of backyard
Wrestling.
boxing and wrestling and stuff like that. So I feel like I'm set up a little bit better than some people, but I think it is so important to teach people self-defense techniques and how to protect themselves. So I think that is tremendous to hear from you. Um, but with that, I'm sure with working out, doing anything of that nature, you get sore or muscles and stuff. Do you have any like wellness routines with cannabis products, or like any cannabis products that you would recommend to people if they're sore after a workout or anything like that?
You know, this is the coolest thing. I'm a stoner. I will admit, I looking like in the morning when I'm waking up and through the day and at night. And, it doesn't stop me. I'm not lazy. It doesn't, and I could do any type of activity. I know that when I'm smoking in the morning, it helps me more with my, yoga and stretches and like it gets me going for the day, but that's like my coffee. I know it doesn't work for everybody.
Right.
But I'm definitely still a fan of the gummies and but more so in the evening time. I do like a lot of the rubs, like the THC, creams. That also helps for sure. I was in a major car accident. And actually, Joey from Respect My Region gave me some Buddy's cream. It worked great. So,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, last time I was down there, he pulled out the Buddy's cream for me as well, which was great. Yes, I love Joey so much. He is such a phenomenal person. So that is so funny to hear. Joey, always looking out for people. Appreciate you, my friend. All right. So with that, I want to know kind of where you see the cannabis industry going in the next like 5-10 years. Like I said before, we're looking at some form of federal legalization, decriminalization, something that they want to do or call it or something. So where do you see it going, or where do you hope to see it going?
Well, I know where I want to see it going. And, I do partner with Smart Management and Jermaine Pitter. And, we've been working with different cultivations to help them with, their genetics and able to help them move, product through different channels. But we're also looking at, out of state licenses and cultivation partnerships as well. So, just understanding that we want to get to the East Coast. So that's something that we're working on. And, that's we definitely know that there's a lot of those small boutique farms that kind of need our assistance. So hopefully we can help them along and really help,
Yeah.
get more money for their units and their product. And we also are working with, different celebrities.
Oh
Oops, sorry. We're
no,
also
no
working with
worries.
different athletes and celebrities, wanting to white label. Now, whether that's having their own genetic strain, whether that's their own brand. And so that's some things that we have coming up and in the works. But really I'm going to have something super exciting. I'm going to Thailand. So yeah.
Yes, that's major.
So
Thailand just
I
made
am
some
going,
major moves.
yeah, I am going to learn as much as I can. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes,
You
I
can
can
hear
still
me?
hear you. It's a little wonky, but that's okay. We'll make it
Okay, I don't
happen.
know. I can't hear you, so I'm not sure.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. Let me see here really quick.
Oh,
All right, y'all.
well,
Well,
I'm not sure if you could still hear me. I guess if you could nod, I can't hear you. Okay. Well, yeah, so I'll actually leave next week. Leaving for Tokyo to start just for a few days. Actually going to do some ninja lessons out there and hopefully train with the sensei. And then Thailand, I'll be out there for a couple weeks. It's legal as of June 9th. And there's, a lot of people that I'm going to go meet and build relationships and start business out there. So
well, that's amazing. I'm so sad if you can't
I need
hear
to
me
read your
right
lips. I
now.
can't.
Well, we'll just wrap it up and say goodbye.
Okay.
But I wish you could hear me because I
Um,
truly appreciate you so much. And we'll have to connect soon. But from me here at Respect My Region, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for connecting in. If you can read my lips,
so I'm not able to hear you. So I'm not sure if you want me to leave and join back in if that works.
yeah, try
Yes.
that. Well,
Okay.
let's try that real fast. We'll wait for her to come back in really quick. I hope y'all can still hear me. Hope my connection is good. She's right back in here. Can you hear me again? Now I can't hear you. This is the funniest thing about streaming technology. But let's see. I don't know if you want to try coming back in again or not. Yeah, try one more time, but then we can just wrap up. So let's see if this time will work again. So funny. Sometimes technology just doesn't work. I can't hear you. Oh no, I can't hear you. But I know that you had another meeting to get to and have a very busy day. So I will just say thank you to you again. I appreciate you talking with me. And for everybody out there, we have her handle down here on the bottom as well. But Monica Garcia is one to connect with in the cannabis industry for sure. So if your business needs any help, reach out to her because she will definitely help you out with some stuff. So hopefully we can connect in person sometime. And I truly appreciate you. So I will let you get to it. And we will talk soon, I'm sure. So I appreciate y'all out there, and we'll see you next week. Bye.